bottom at all. Yeah. Oh yeah, and he doesn't even look the other way. He looks right where I am. You cheating piece of shit. So if you guys want to know how I start my recordings and how I edit everything, I'm going to show you in this video right here. So we're very quickly. So right now I can't actually use Audacity to record my voice, so I'm going to do it here, and then I'm going to edit it on top of that as well as edit it here. So you'll be able to hear me talking, but then I'll have to do the voice thing. Now there's a certain way you could do the voice and that and not whatnot. I can't really show you how to edit this video in particular, but I'll show you how I edit the other videos, if that makes any sense. Okay, so here's what happens when you first record. You're going to want to make OBS, which I'm going to show you right now. You go into advanced, no, not advanced, hotkeys above the advanced button. That's what I meant. You'll see a thing say start recording. Now bind that to control and the button that is right beside the enter button on your keyboard. It's right beside it to the right of it. It's like a colon / something button. And you never use those two buttons together anyway, so I like using that button because then I never repress it, because if you repress it, it ends the recording. Kind of, I think. Yes, it does end the recording. Sometimes it also starts the recording, and so if you walk away from your computer, and if it's a button that you shouldn't have it as, it's going to start recording when you don't want to start recording, or even if there's a live stream one. See start stream? Now if you put that, you're going to start your stream, and you're not even going to be there, or you could be doing something, like changing or something, and your stream starts. Like, that's why I have it as a two button combination, that there's no way those two could be pushed at the same time unless something were to like land on the keyboard itself. I might change it to a 3-button combination, one that's like far away from the keyboard as well. Probably even one with my mouse, so that I know that it's not gonna interfere with anything else. But anyway, so what we got here is, you got the OBS here. Now, I only record part of my microphone for like the first 10-15 seconds on OBS, and then what I do is I just shut it off. And then as you see, I have the game audio on. What happens is, this program here is recording my voice, but this program here picks up my voice for just 5 seconds so that I can sync it together with this one right here. And then I have my game audio set to 70% because then I can lower it or raise it depending how high or low I want it, because it's going to be the only track on here. So as you know, there's my audio. And of course, you won't be able to hear me talking if I mute it, so. Because I'm not actually using Audacity to record right now. And it's like you need to have this, and this, I'm going to show you how I edit my voice. So, since this is supposed to be a really short video, we're just going to delete this, because if you have it, like, you need a high-end computer to edit with this program, because sometimes it freezes, it lags. Even right now, I have problems with it when it's almost like a 45-minute video. It actually takes like 2 minutes to render it with my computer. It could take longer with yours. So we're just gonna, as you can tell, I leave like a big chunk right here at the beginning, and then I start talking on OBS and here, so that then I can sync it all together, because then I only say one thing here, then I know that, oh, okay, that needs to go with that. Welcome to another and as you can tell, welcome to another Mad Max walkthrough. This is part 14, and it's clear audio. Of course, OBS is picking up way louder than it should, but I'm going to show you how I edit my videos. Actually, no, I'm going to show you how I edit my sound at first. So, even with my microphone being at 5 volume, it still makes a lot of background noise. So what I like to do is, of course, my videos are already edited and rendered and whatnot, so it's going to sound probably a little bit different for you right now, because I'm reboosting it. So what I like to do is I like to go like that. I like to normalize it by -3.0. You can get all these settings if you want. Right there. minus 3.0, then I hit OK. And of course, that would bring the audio levels up or down, depending how, and I'll show you what my microphone setting is on. It's on 10. Okay, it's on 10. Sometimes I record with it on 5, but right now I've been doing it with 10 because it's just low enough so that I can still hear my voice on OBS, and it's low enough so that it decreases some of the background noise, not all of it. So what happens is, the reason why I leave like a big blank spot here so that I can go like that, you select where your noise is. Sometimes you might want to remove like little tiny chunks of clicks and stuff so that you don't distort your audio even farther. So we go noise reduction, get all my settings down here. These should probably work for you as well. 24, 4.00, and 6, and then reduce, and then hit get noise. You get your noise, and of course there probably is no background noise because I already removed it. Normalize, not normalize, I mean noise reduction, and hit reduce, and what happens is that will go through that process there, and then we'll listen to it again. Welcome to another Mad Max. Still pretty good because there's really no point, because it's not removing anything, because it already removed the background noise. It's removing nothing. But I like to do compressor, and you can get down my settings right here. Minus 12, minus 40, 2-1, 0.20 seconds attack time, release time 1.0 seconds, and make sure that's checked, and I don't think that needs to be checked. And then you hit OK. What happens to that will bring your audio up even louder. But there's a thing that what we do next is we go to equalization right here. We go to bass boost, and you can get down my settings. I have no clue how this is actually done. You just go 15 in between like the 15 here, and in between the 6 and 9. So go all the way 15. So 30 dB, and this one is minus 30 dB. I guess that makes sense. And then you just hit OK. And that will bring it up even louder. That adds a bass to your voice. Equalization, again, go to treble boost. And again, 15, the same settings, pretty much. You can get down the settings if you want. Right there. Hit OK. That will do that. And then what we do again is we go normalize again. We normalize it. It brings it back down. Welcome to another Mad Max walkthrough. This is part 14. Now, the voice does sound a little bit better than what it did earlier, and that's because you keep redoing this process to make it sound even better. It doesn't really matter. You only need to do it once. And what happens is next we go to hard limiter, which I've already done hard limiter. So depending on how yours is, I like to go minus 4.00. And then what you do is you hit apply. Oh, you need to select the whole track. Okay. So hard limiter again. Apply. And that usually does the loading thing if your video is really long. And then of course you just exit it, and then you do a normalize again. And then it brings it up a bit. Welcome to another Mad Max walkthrough. This is part 14. I'm just gonna load up my game here. As you can tell, there's no background noise right here. Like I said, just my voice. Like I said. Okay, now that's done. We go here. We select it all. We go export audio, and then we'll save it to whatever we want. And then, of course, I'm not going to save it because I've already saved it, and I already have it up in the background here. Now, here's what happens. We're only doing the settings here, dude. So this isn't rendering the whole video. I got something else that renders the video. We're just getting the audios. So what happens is I like my game sound at 5.0. So what happens is when I load in my video from OBS, it just loads in all in one track. And what happens is at the beginning here, I'll have like right here, I'll have like somewhere around here, I'll have like a bit of recording of me talking. So welcome to another Mad Max. Like that, you'll hear that on OBS for a split second, and then I shut off the microphone. As you can see here, I'll shut off the microphone. Yeah, well, what I was explaining is, because my mic's muted, I keep forgetting that because I'm not recording with Audacity, it's not syncing right. But whatever. It's not going to be synced at all because yeah. So basically, that's basically what I was saying. When my voice peaks at that one point here, and it goes to about here, I'll shut it off. I shut my mic off. As you can see, I wasn't talking, but I was talking, but you couldn't hear me. It's because I keep thinking that I have Audacity recording. Usually that's what you gotta think. You have Audacity recording now. You don't need that on anymore. Now, when you're live streaming, this isn't a good thing for live streaming. I would suggest getting a mix amp or something else, because a mix amp does work. Because you can put your microphone out at the lowest volume setting and crank it up with the mix amp. Therefore, you won't hear background noise. You'll just hear your voice. So you can go 5 microphone setting and have the best microphone quality ever, pretty much. But yeah, here's what we'll do. We'll listen. Welcome to another Mad Max walkthrough. This is part 14. I'm just gonna load up my game here. So as you can tell, that's clear audio. There's no background noise, and I've already edited this, so you're not going to see me edit it, but it's pretty straightforward. Your OBS will be recording, right? Like I said, I left a big gap here, and then I started talking here, and of course OBS picked it up, and OBS picked it up around here, and my Audacity picked it up around here. So what I do is I chop Audacity right where I start talking, and then I drag it to where my OBS one is, and then I remove the OBS part where I was talking, and then here's the game sound. We'll just mute my mic for now.
If you're looking to gain the favor of the gods, you can always do a death run. And they mostly come at night. Yes.
And stuff like this, I should actually show you how to do that right now, guys. Stuff like this right here, when it's really peaking, and because I was inside the storm area, peaked really loud. You can just drop it down like that, and you can actually minus it. And I'll minus it by 5 something. That seems good. I think it's still loud enough so that you can still hear it, kind of. And of course, if you can't hear me talking, then that's just defeats the purpose. What? What the hell was that? So basically, that's how to edit that type of audio. And with the reason why I'm using the Vegas Pro, Sony Vegas Pro, or whatever it's called, I think it's 1.3, is because I only use this for editing the audio. I don't render with it. There's no point. I used to render with it, but there's no point to render with it. And there's a reason why, because I found a better program that's free, that's a lot faster than this program. So again, everything's perfect. We got everything perfect now. We're going to what you do is you go from the video itself, because you don't chop any of the top audio. You don't move any of the top audio. You just leave it right where it is, because you're gonna automatically take this and put it into a different program. Therefore, and then it lets you add the audio to that. And if you do it correctly, the audio should already be synced. So what you do is you go from the actual video part right here. You make sure you select this one, not this. Don't select this because sometimes it's shorter. So select right here. Now drag this across all the way to the end. Okay, and up here you'll see a green thing. If your videos are too short, you just hit delete. Of course, right click and delete. What you do is you hit R and then 1, and then it gives you a statement, like a state thing here. See that? Now that whatever's in that area is gonna render. And of course, if you wanted to, you can actually render stuff with muted volume. So if you wanted to, like if you were swearing in a video and you just want to mute it, you can just chop it, put it down a bit, mute it. You don't even have to delete it. You just mute it, pretty much. Or you can add like filters to it and stuff. Whatever. It's simple. It's simple. We're gonna go Tools, Scripting, Batch Render. And what happens here is we're gonna do dot wave, and I'll give you guys my settings after this rendering process. So render regions, and of course we're gonna go to desktop, and we're gonna call it Mad Max 13 version 2, V2. Render regions, because this is the final process of this. Of course, I didn't show you how I put the audio in, but I kind of edited it a little bit. But it's still the same process. You can do this however you like. It doesn't really matter how you do it. Of course, I'm gonna have to edit this video. Particularly, I'm gonna have to edit this video here because it's I'm gonna have to edit this video, but I can't really show you editing this video. So that's why I'm showing you editing this video. It's complicated. But if you guys are having trouble with editing gameplay and you need more help with it, I'm definitely the person to watch when I do video editing, because I upload the highest quality so far that I've seen to my channel. With low, it's definitely the lowest file size you can get, but with the highest quality. I only record at 6,000 kbits. Sometimes I record at 9,000, but there's really no point. 6,000 is high definition quality for 720. 1080 is 9,000. If I get a better graphics card, I'll start recording 9,000. But and I only record at 30 frames, but there's a fix to that, and I'll show you in a few minutes once this is done rendering the audio. Of course, because I'm recording right now, this is taking longer to edit. Yep. Okay, there we go. Done. Okay. Oh. We're just gonna keep that down there just for right now. Of course, I don't want to show you guys my desktop, so because I got tons of icons and stuff that are copyright probably. Let's just click this off so that I can get to where I need to go first. Okay, we'll just need that. We'll just put the video in here. Okay, I think that's good. Oh shoot! I forgot. I'll show you guys how to do an intro, like an intro and an outro. Outro? I think this is what we call it. Outro. Yeah. I'll show you that, guy. I'll show you that as well, guys. Because I think people struggle with certain things, like an intro, an outro, and intro. So I could make my intros Mad Max themed if I wanted to, and of course I'm going to show you guys my screen. I'm just going to show you guys how to make the outro because that's one step that I didn't actually take yet for this port. So good thing we didn't close the other Sony Vegas window, is because we needed it. So what we do is we go over here and we just take this part right here. Of course, with Sony Vegas, you can actually render it as well if you wanted to. And small files are really good for rendering, so we're gonna just copy everything here. Of course, you always want to do it like right where you're ending the video, and of course, I'm ending the video right there at that point in time. And then what we'll do is we'll just paste it in here. Of course, that's wrong. That's wrong again. Of course, I have mics, but headphones are muted. Okay, so we're gonna end it here. Don't forget to tune it. And of course, apparently I already have it as the intro, outro. Oh yeah, with OBS, I've actually figured out how to do the outro myself. But if you wanna try this yourself, you can do this without even an outro. You can do it without an outro, with one, with whatever, with not. You just chop it here, and of course, you go right here on the side to just resize your videos, and of course, then you kind of, well, you gotta be clicked on to where you're actually resizing. That helps. It's not a complicated guide. This is like the easiest way to do video editing. I don't know how other people do it, but this is the easiest way to do it, and it's the fastest way to do it actually as well. I'd have to say that I can render videos faster than most other YouTubers. I would have to say, if they have a better computer than me, yes, they'll probably be able to do it a little bit quicker, but this is definitely the fastest method. And of course, it looks like it's taking a long time for me because I'm actually doing a video right now of it, but it's not. It's actually very easy. Kind of just got to get it inside the box here. Of course, you can always make the background transparent and then just slide it through the back, which I tried to do that, but it didn't work out for me. But you can, and of course you can just move it up and to the left here. Of course, this is what it would look like when you're done. And of course, you gotta keep moving this arrow key tool to resize and whatnot. So what happens is when that's done, this is what it will look like. Oops, wrong one. This is what it will look. Tune into the next part. Let me just quickly put on the intro. Okay. Yeah, so don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Turn into the next part when we do a few more things on the next. Where's my video thing? That's not it. Oops, I closed it. Shoot. Where is it? I forget where this is all the time. Where is it? Shoot. Damn it. There's a thing called, that pops up your video thing. I keep forgetting where it is. Ah, shoot. You know, let's just skip this whole part. But this is how you do it, and of course I did it correctly, but I can't show you it. And apparently what you do is then you do what you did before. You select this part here, and of course if it's longer you can just go bam, and then you just go R, and then you save it as that, and then you script render it again like before. And of course you will use Xvid settings, which I'll show you that I'll show you my settings for rendering small videos with less time for this program, of course. So we're gonna go render as, right? So this is my Xvid settings, which I will go into right now. How do you get into it actually? Oh, there. Alright, so we go HDV 720 29. You can leave it there. Lower 1.0. It has to be on that. Xvid codec. You might need to actually download an Xvid codec. MPEG 4 codec thing. Of course, my codec is actually kind of screwed up. So I like to render it higher than what I usually record at, so that I don't lose quality from it as well. That's one point. And when it uploads to YouTube, I don't lose quality, because what happens is YouTube downgrades your video. So if you upload it at a higher quality, a higher bitrate, it doesn't lose the quality of your video. So that's another good thing. So what we got here is, this is just all selected by default. Same thing here. You just go Xbox. You don't even have to change that. Xvid home. You don't even have to change these boxes either. That's all good. You just gotta do this. You just gotta switch this from that to this, and then this is all good. And general purposes, yep. Zone options, you know, it's all good. You just and then you save it. Of course, we go to the audio section here. You want to keep it on PCM. 48,000. You can actually do 44, 100. It doesn't really matter with that setting. You can just leave it whatever you want. But make sure it's on PCM, because I don't think certain programs do not like the other audio to join videos. If you're gonna join a video, make sure you do it PCM, and make sure the other video is also PCM, because then the audios won't join together. They'll just screw up and mix up all over the place, and they won't go together. They'll just screw up, and then the whole video will just be unusable, because the audio doesn't know which one it should join to. I don't know, I've had problems with before, so that's why I just do everything because OBS records with PCM, I think, as well. So you can actually record with PCM or the other one. I think I record with a different one, but it helps to just do PCM, because PCM is the only one that really syncs up together well. And then we got the other thing, which I was going to show you earlier. Okay, this is for just rendering your sound. Now, it's a WAV format, and like I said, PCM uncompressed, 100, 16-bit stereo. And that's all you need. Save that as well. Okay? And then what happens later is, I already showed you how to do that. Okay, so guys, there was a problem with my program here, my editing program, OBS. I had to make sure it captured layered windows, so you guys didn't even see what I did for this part. So I'm gonna show you again. So what happens is, I add the audio to it. So this is the original audio here, and what happens is, you'll hear me. You won't hear me talking throughout the whole thing. And see how loud the audio is? Of course, we go to Add Audio, Desktop, and we go to the video, whatever Sony VEG is rendered out, which we saved it right there. We'll click it, and of course, watch. Now we'll go to that part of the video, and it's a lot quieter. Okay, so we're done with that. You hear me talking. Just gonna take a quick drive over to that area, and then we're. And again, now you can hear me talking, and my audio levels are higher than the game volume, but the game volume is still at a certain point where you can hear both. So it's good. It's good. And I think that's how a lot of other commentary people do it as well. So, but I'm doing it a lot easier and simpler. So what we need to do next is, of course, with FreeMake Video, it uses every single resource of your CPU. So I wouldn't suggest doing this with a lower end computer. I guess I should say lower end computer. So what happens is here, you see why I have 8 CPU cores, right? You see why I unselected 3 is because I only want 1, 2, 3, 4. I only want 5. This is 5. Okay, 0. It says 0, but this is 5 CPUs right here. CPU processing thingy majiggers. It's not. It's just 1 CPU, but you know what I'm saying. Processors. Okay, so we got 5, right? I unselect 3 because 3, if you have them all selected, your computer like runs 100% CPU usage, and you can actually burn out your computer that way. So that's why I unselect 3 so that it's only using about 60. And then we hit OK. And we got my intro, we got my outro, we got everything set up here. And of course, I usually sometimes record AVI, sometimes I record MKV. So these are my MKV settings. If you want to get them down, 12080, 1280 times 720, and of course the same thing here. Make sure this is on stretch. H.264 codec, 60 frame rates, custom bitrate 9000 because, well, I record at 6000 and 9000. If you upload it to YouTube, you don't lose quality. AC3 because that's the lowest quality audio that you can get. That doesn't distort your video, makes it all good. Original. Do not change that. Just keep it on originals because your original audio is fine. Your original sample rate and channel rate is fine. Your bit rate needs to be at 192. You can actually up it if you want, but 192 is the best. And then, of course, those are my settings, and of course I saved it. And if you want to see my AVI settings, they're right here. XVID, 60 FPS, 9000, MP3, stereo, 44100. That has to be on 41100 for it to work with Sony Vegas, and it actually has to be on XVID so that you can load stuff into Sony Vegas. You can't load stuff into Sony Vegas with MKV. It does not work. You have to make sure it's XVID, and you actually have to make sure it's MP3, and this sample rate needs to be checked if you want to load stuff into Sony Vegas from this program here. So if you want to load small clips from this program here, because it's faster to render from this program here, and then put it into Sony Vegas, and then render it out to something else. It's just a lot quicker with this program here, for rendering and adding audio to it at the same time. So we're actually going to do that now. We're going to go to MKV, and we're going to convert, of course. We're going to save it as Mad Max 13. And just save that. And of course, there we go. It's converting. And of course, for this process, I'm going to actually end my streaming device. My recording device. So that when this is done, I'll show you the finished product.